You know, every single day you're being recruited for a job, a cause, a community, you name it. So today, we're going to break down how you can tell if that invitation is a real opportunity or if it's actually a trap.
Yeah, seriously, that email from a recruiter, that cause your friend is so passionate about, they're all invitations to join something. So the real question isn't if you're being recruited, it's why. What's the real purpose here?
And this, right here, is the million-dollar question. Is this invitation a genuine gift, something that's actually going to help you grow? Or is it a guise, a mask, designed to just use you up? One's an opportunity, the other is basically a draft. And learning to spot the difference, that's an essential skill for, well, for life.
So let's dive into these constant invitations that we're all swimming in every day. We need to figure out how to tell the good from the bad, the ones that build us up versus the ones that are designed to break us down. All right, first, let's talk about the good stuff. What does positive, life-giving recruitment actually look like? What does it feel like? Because, spoiler alert, it's not about just filling a slot. It's about unlocking someone's potential. Imagine this. There's a young teacher, right? She always stays late, totally dedicated to helping the kids who struggle with reading. The parents notice this, and they don't just say thanks. They see something more in her. They ask her to lead, to start a brand new literacy program for the whole community. And in saying yes, she discovers this whole new side of herself, these leadership skills she never even knew she had. And this is so key. A few years later, when that teacher decides to go to graduate school to become an even better educator, nobody treats it like a betrayal. It's a graduation. They celebrate her because the real goal was her growth, not just getting a certain number of hours out of her for the program. For a really powerful example of this in action, let's look at Ella Baker. She was this absolutely pivotal organizer in the civil rights movement, but she always actively refused the spotlight. She had zero interest in just collecting a bunch of followers. Her whole method was to recruit young activists and then empower them, teach them how to become leaders themselves. You see, she wasn't building an army of followers who depended on her. She was building a movement of leaders. And that's what made it so incredibly resilient and powerful. Her entire philosophy is just perfectly captured in this amazing quote. The goal was never to make people dependent on her. It was to help them become so strong that they could lead themselves and then go on to lead others. Now that is the very heart of good recruitment. Okay, so now let's flip the coin and look at the shadow version, because bad recruitment, it often uses the exact same language. It loves words like mission, family, we're changing the world, but the intention behind it is completely different. I'm sure we've all heard a story like this. A recent grad, super excited, joins a tech startup that calls itself a family. She pours her heart and soul into it. We're talking 70-hour weeks. But the second she raises an ethical red flag about a new product feature, bam, she's sidelined, ignored. Her value was only ever measured by her output, by what she could produce. So when she finally decides to leave, she's treated like a traitor. It becomes crystal clear she was never family. She was a resource, a number on a spreadsheet that could be replaced. So let's just lay it all out, side by side. In good recruitment, your role evolves with you. In bad recruitment, you're just crammed into a fixed box. In one, your voice actually matters. In the other, your doubts are seen as a threat and get silenced. It's a world of difference. And really, it all boils down to this. One path expands your world. It makes you feel more capable, more alive, more you. The other path, it contracts you. It shrinks your world, your voice, and your sense of who you are. It is the fundamental difference between expansion and contraction. Okay, so we've seen both paths laid out pretty clearly. Now let's get practical. Let's build your self-defense toolkit so you can spot the difference for yourself out in the wild. This is the question, isn't it? Because you can't just avoid being recruited. That's impossible. The goal is to develop the wisdom to see the invitation for what it really is long before you say yes. So here it is. Before you commit to anything, you need to ask yourself these 3 critical questions. Number 1, who defines success here? Is it a win-win, or does all the benefit just flow to the top? Number 2, what happens if I change my mind? If I leave, will I be respected or will I be resented? And finally, number 3, am I being invited to grow or just to serve? And of course, we've got to flip the script on ourselves because let's be honest, we all recruit people for things. When you ask a friend to help with a project or you hire someone for your team,
Are you genuinely offering them a purpose, a chance to grow, or are you just trying to fill a slot?
All right, let's bring this all home with the final, most crucial distinction. This one reframes the whole idea from a simple choice to something much more fundamental.
Here is the ultimate litmus test. A purpose that's truly worth your time, your energy, your life is one that leaves you more fully yourself than when you started. It doesn't consume you. It helps you become you.
And if an invitation doesn't do that, if it narrows your world, uses you up, and then gets ready to discard you, well, let's just call it what it is. That's not recruiting. That is conscription. You're not being invited, you're being drafted.
So as you go out and navigate the thousands of invitations you're going to get in your life, this is the one question to carry with you. Does this path, this job, this cause, this community, does it promise to leave me more fully my own person? Your answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know.